So Cloverfield. I remember seeing this movie in theaters when it first came out, and I was looking forward to a horror movie or paranormal, not paranormal, but aliens and stuff like that. And what we got was a bunch of with the camera. Um, I know it's sometimes it makes it feel scarier because it feels like you're actually there, and it's not like a professional camera that's recording everything. Still you have people running and they're trying to film, like, oh my god, what is this thing? Ugh! But you're seeing that on a big screen. You're like, oh god, can they stop waving the freaking camera around? Um, but Cloverfield was okay. It had this huge marketing thing behind it. Website for like the Slusho or whatever the hell it was called. Um, then we had 10 Cloverfield Lane, which even if that movie didn't have any kind of twist at the end of showing that there were actually like aliens and all that outside, John Goodman's character, that's all you needed. That dude was fucking terrifying. He was terrifying. During the whole course of the movie, not once do you ever feel like this guy is a good guy. You always feel uneasy when he's talking. And it's John Goodman, great actor. He's big and lovable, and he can do all these family friendly kind of portrayals, but this movie he was genuinely terrifying. Uh, you know, he seems like he's coming off as a good person, like, "Oh, I saved you, and we're down here in a bunker that I made and protecting you from what's out there," but the lengths that he goes to, and like, he's not a good person. And I think he gets mentioned in the next movie. What is it, Paradox or whatever it is? I watched it. I was like, huh. I think that movie at the very end, it's got a adult Cloverfield monster. Well, this one was just small, you know, barely Godzilla size, walking around. This thing is able to bypass the cloud barrier, into the cloud banks and just like snatch I think it was like the space pod or whatever it was. Um, Actually, hang on. All right, so this is Cloverfield Paradox, the ending. I'll just turn the sound down. It's just, you know. But here you can clearly see the cloud bank. Yes, that is how huge an adult Cloverfield monster thing is. That thing is massive. Um, so I would love to see if they do a movie. I want to see something like that. This like almost not unstoppable creature, but that thing is massive. It's massive. And I think I saw, let me bring up the other one I saw. All right, here's another one. People do a lot of these videos with comparison, in comparison to each other. This is the comparison of Cloverfield to Monsterverse, the Monsterverse. So we got this one. This is the baby. It's the baby. And you'll see just how big the adult actually is. So comparing it to the Statue of Liberty right here. I love Godzilla. And then we got King Ghidorah, our favorite. King Ghidorah! Shimo. Don't worry, we're getting to it. And then you're like, wait, where's the next one? Well, guess where the next one is? All the way up there. So this is the size of an adult Cloverfield monster. As you can see, this dude can just take every single one of them, just That is how it makes. So it kind of does make the baby seem a lot scarier than what it is because you know what it grows up to be. It's insane how massive this thing is. But it's huge. But a sequel, if it's going to be a direct sequel, I would expect it to kind of follow the events of the first one, where we find out that this one, it's just a baby. It's a baby that got woken up and it's just throwing a temper tantrum because it can't find its mommy. And then we have mommy come in, that massive freaking cloud bank piercing creature, and they have to try to fight that thing. Now, while it probably would seem impossible to beat, everything's got a weakness. It's not a god. It's not anything like that. It can be beaten, but it's going to be very hard. So I would like to see like an all-out assault of this freaking monster by not just the United States military, but all the militaries on the planet have to come together to try to fight this thing. Something that's so massive that, they're dropping nukes on the damn thing and it's just absorbing it. It's just something so insane because it's not from Earth and it's made, its body structure and different, that they're able to drop nukes on it and like there's almost no explosion. It's just like it's just like a tickling kind of thing. Hey, you got a Dimian. It's gonna be a bunch of streamers as the main characters. Yo, that monster be busting for real, no cap. Or something, I don't know. Whatever the kids are saying these days. Probably a bunch of words like poggers or let's go and whatever other streamers freaking do. Sag. What other words do they use? Was it monkus? Monks? It's like monk. It's like MONKAS or some crap. I'm not a streamer and I don't participate in live streams, so like if I'm watching ZFG, I'll see all these words and I have to look them up. I'm like, what the fuck does the word even mean? So I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case, or YouTubers or something. Finally, now put some actual likable characters in this one. I get why the original was made from the people point of view, but if that film was just shot normal, yeah, that really was the downfall of that movie, was the fact that you couldn't enjoy any of it. It was just holding the camera and just all over the place. It's like you're trying to look to the side and like, it just makes you sick watching it. Good for you. I don't think it was really supposed to be scary. It's just like a thriller, monster thriller type thing. Cloverfield was ahead of its time. The first movie was fun and interesting, especially with the ARG campaign. 10 Cloverfield Lane was very good, and having it connected was cool, but they lost the fucking plot with the Cloverfield paradox. I hope they tie in another ARG marketing campaign. Hollywood is so bankrupt on ideas. The original was too hyped. I remember when it was still a brand new release. The fact that the monster was a baby alien is crazy. Yeah, again, it was a baby. That thing that was destroying the city was a baby. You saw how big the adult is. It's crazy. I want to see that. I want to see the adult. How do you fight something like that? And I would say, given in the fact of the world and the realism, but there's a massive creature walking around, so but I don't think they'd have access to supernatural weapons, even though there's aliens walking around. I think they'd still be limited to whatever we have on Earth. So it'd be epic. The fourth movie of the franchise, and finally we will see what happens with the monster. Finally, a true sequel to Cloverfield. I wonder if it will follow the same found footage style or going. God, I hope it's a new direction. I don't like found footage style movies. They better bring back the shaky cam or it doesn't count. This is how it's done. The original was trippy as fuck. I mean, I haven't seen Cloverfield in a while. I watched Cloverfield Lane not too long ago. I think it was on YouTube for free. But great movie. And I saw the Cloverfield Paradox one like once. I was at my friend's house and it was on. And I'm like, okay, well, guess I'll watch it. And it was interesting. Lane and Paradox were never meant to be in the universe. They just took finished movies that were shelved and added a few things to make it canonical. Wait, what? 2014 Godzilla is one of my favorites simply because it doesn't just show Godzilla every single scene, and it makes feel like a thriller as much as an action movie. My favorite one is where the good guys get in a bunch of robots, then form a mega robot before they collectively send Godzilla packing. Probably this time would be a bunch of in real life IRL streamers. Um, so if it is happening, I hope they go a different direction where they don't do what's happening over there? Yes, over there. What is happening over there? And get more of the monster because we know what the monster looks like. We know it's an alien. We know that this was just a baby. We know that the adult can get much larger to where it breaks the cloud bank. We want that. We want something that feels like a threat. Some Godzilla, like something the size of Godzilla or smaller than Godzilla, you know, doesn't feel like a threat when it's clearly able to be affected by missiles and, stuff like that. I want the adult, something where you scratch your head and say, how the fuck do we beat this thing? Do we kill it? Do we just, like, what do we do? What do we do? I mean, clearly this is too much of an issue for just the United States military. But I think we have to call in every single military on this planet. I mean, I don't even care if they're a developed society. I don't care. We'll have people throwing rocks at the goddamn thing. It's like we need this thing to go down. Because in just a few steps, it can completely cross state line. So it's clearly a threat to everyone. Um, but yeah, that's what I would like to see. I want to see the adult. I want to see the adult one. The monster hopping around Tokyo City like a big playground. Suddenly, Batman bursts from the shade and hit the Cloverfield monster with a back grenade. But the Cloverfield monster got hit and began to fight back, but didn't expect to be blocked by Shaq. Like, John, what are you? This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. Um, I know. Obscure reference, obscure Newgrounds Lemon Demon reference from like 50,000 years ago. But I was just having that in my mind the whole time of, that freaking animation. If you haven't heard the song, I would recommend listening to it. It's so stupid, but it's great. And it's just early Newgrounds and stuff like that. But yeah, If you saw the first one, let me know what you guys thought. If you saw 10 Cloverfield Lane, let me know. Again, John Goodman was probably the scariest fucking thing in that movie. The Cloverfield Paradox was, let me know what you think. But yeah, the idea of a sequel to the first movie and potentially maybe seeing an adult monster would definitely be great. But anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.